Stay out of trouble. So this is a full sentence because the phrase out of trouble is almost always used by parents when their teenage kids or kids leave to go somewhere. They will say, stay out of trouble. And it's a phrase used to tell people to behave and to not do anything that could lead to problems. If my son was going camping with some friends this weekend, I would say, have fun, stay out of trouble. What I mean by that is don't do anything illegal. Don't do anything dumb, like what teenagers do sometimes. I don't want a phone call in the middle of the night from the cops. Stay out of trouble. So again, a phrase meaning used to tell people to behave and to not do anything that could lead to problems. Out of nowhere. So earlier, I think we mentioned the phrase out of the blue, not in the lesson, but in a question. This is similar, appearing or happening suddenly and unexpectedly. So in this situation, it looks like someone on a bike was hit by a car. The person driving the car might say, I don't know what happened. She just came out of nowhere. A person on a bike came out of nowhere and I hit them. Or the person on the bike might say the same. They might say, I was just biking along and this car came out of nowhere and just hit me and knocked me over. So out of nowhere, appearing or happening suddenly and unexpectedly. That's a hard word to say, by the way, unexpectedly. Out of context. So this is a fun one, and I have to explain how this works. It's when something is separated from the original situation and making the meaning different. Okay? So let's say in a live stream, I said this. Okay, so we're having a live stream, and I say to someone, you know what? You know what my friend said? My friend said, Canada has no chance of winning. And I think that's wrong. I think Canada will win. If you went and took the clip where I say Canada has no chance of winning, and you took that and put it online, that would be out of context because you don't have the first part of the sentence where I say my friend said, and you don't have the last part where I say my friend is wrong. So again, please don't do this. But if I said this, you know what someone said to me? They said Canada has no chance of winning. And I think that's ridiculous. Canada will win. You could go and take that sentence out of context. Canada has no chance of winning. And you can say, Bob the Canadian, he doesn't think Canada will win. This happens a lot on the internet. Not to me, thankfully. But many times on the news or on the internet, people will take something out of context. And it must be frustrating from the person who said more than what gets put online. And then out of character, not typical of how someone usually behaves. So many of you have been around for a very long time watching my videos, and you know this is not my normal mood. I'm not often angry online. Sometimes in real life, I do get angry, but it would be out of character for me to be angry during a live stream. It would not be typical of how I usually behave. So if you saw me online saying, Canada has no chance of winning, I can't even make that face. It's gonna, I can't make the face anymore. That would be out of character. My normal character, if I have a good night's sleep, and if I'm eating healthy, and if I'm exercising regularly, my normal character is to be fairly positive. I'm usually in a pretty good mood. I'm usually happy, but it would be out of character for me to behave in an angry way. By the way, during this past 12 months, as I've had some weird health problems, there's been times where I've been out of character in real life, just because I was out of energy and exhausted and tired. Out of season, not available or not normally grown, sold, or used at that time of year. So here's the best example I can give. Strawberries are available in Canada year-round. But fresh, local Canadian strawberries are only available at the end of May and in June. So if you buy strawberries in January in Canada, we say they are out of season, and you're buying strawberries from California or from the southern United States because they're out of season here in January. They're in season in June, but they're out of season in January. By the way, fresh, local strawberries always taste better than strawberries that you buy in January. I appreciate it that you can buy strawberries in January, but there's something really yummy about fresh local strawberries. So when strawberries are out of season, I usually don't buy them. So again, out of season, not available, or not normally grown, sold, or used at that time of year.